Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Stuck Live. This is a great show ahead of us. We have three amazing guest stars with us. First, we're going to have Pedro from Jobbox. Second, we're going to have Eduardo from Uniplaces. And the third, but not least, we're going to have Cristina from TalkDesk, where you can actually create your call center in 5 minutes. The topic of this amazing discussion is going to be what to do tech companies look for in candidates? And I'm going to start off by asking Pedro to say hello. Hi, Pedro. Pedro, can you
Hey,
hear me?
hey,
Hi, how are you?
hey, what's up? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you say hello to the
Uh,
audience?
Hello, audience. How are
Most of
you?
the people are going to come to the recorded version. I had like 50
Yeah.
emails just before the live episode requesting for the recording, and this is going to be available on YouTube. But I'm going to also send an email to all of you, of course. So Pedro, please state your name, what your position is, and what does your company do, please.
Okay, so my voice is not that good today, but I think you guys can hear me okay. So I'm Pedro, as you said, and I'm one of the co-founders at Jobbox. Jobbox is, in three words, a tech hiring marketplace. Basically, we help people find their dream jobs in tech. We got we got Stuk as partners, and Talkdesk and Uniplaces are one of our clients, and those guys are doing an amazing job. I think we are doing a great job as well. And especially we curate all the job offers that we get in our platform, and definitely I think it's great. We were able to build a great marketplace, especially for everyone looking for a job in tech. You definitely have to go to Jobbox. That's it, basically. So
Awesome, great,
you can
great.
close the channel, the chat, and that's it.
Great pitch, great pitch. Thank you for that. I don't know if you got it, but I sent an email blast 2 days ago to all of our Stuck.io students, and the reception has been amazing. We just closed a power partnership with the Jobbox. Pedro is the CEO, as he stated, and from now on, we're gonna forward our best Rails developers inside our platform to Jobbox to then find a job inside the European tech scene. So Pedro, from your experience and asking the same question that I've been asking all along to our fellow students is, what makes the ideal candidate for a tech company?
Okay, I've seen a lot of people getting hired by multiple company startups, and I wrote down a few stuff that I think it's essential for a great candidate to join a tech startup. So first of all, passion. Um, I think as startups, whether you are just starting or 2 years into the startup, I think passion is definitely that thing that founders or head of ops or head of marketing or whatever or CTOs look for in candidates. I think it's really difficult to put a metric into it because you cannot say you are passion level number one or level five, but as a founder, I always know. I don't ask me how, but when I'm interviewing someone, when I'm having a conversation or coffee, or when I take a candidate to for a walk, I know if they're passionate. Um, Another thing that I think it's essential, especially in the beginning of the startup phase, it's pragmatism. I've seen way too many talented people lose themselves in not being pragmatic. Basically, they end up not being focused and they don't deliver. So I think pragmatic people definitely have a plus one when applying for tech jobs or when applying for tech startups. Um, Well, I wrote down a few other stuff. I don't know. Do you want me to go through the list?
Yeah, sure, of course, that would be
Okay,
great. Thank you
so
very much, Pedro.
number three, commitment. I put this into a phrase. So people who are actually willing to ride long hours without complaining, and that's really difficult. I'm not saying that I don't respect work-life balance. I do, but when the time schedule is tight, well, you gotta work your ass off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's commitment is very important, but it's not commitment as an individual. It's commitment as a team. Like being willing and to work hard as a team. It's really important. So that's another one. Being able to work hard on a team, and not everyone is able to do that, especially in a startup. You are not alone, so you definitely have to trust your colleagues. And since you are such a tight group, especially in the beginning where we are like a garage startup, then you gotta really know how to work as a team. And if you don't, you gotta learn very fast. Um, I have two others, which is one is very important for me. It's I only hire people who actually like to have fun. I know this is stupid, but
It's not
uh,
stupid at all. I entirely agree with you. And
it's for me it's a must. You don't have to drink beer or whatever. You don't have to. That's not the point. The point is like, are you someone that I will want to go to the office in the morning and like actually have fun with you? Like, where are you someone that will create a good environment in the startup? And are you someone that's willing to learn every day? So that those things, because usually I put this into a phrase, especially this last one, learning every day. So which is related to independence. In a startup, there's limited resources and very little time to prove yourselves, right? So you gotta be independent, and I put this into a phrase: you must be really, truly great at googling things for yourself. Um,
I keep telling that my students, you're absolutely right. And when people get stuck,
especially,
it's one of the main motivators, the main demotivators, in fact, is actually when you get stuck and you have no idea where to go. Google is by far your best friend, and I entirely agree with you. That's a nice tip. Absolutely.
and basically you earn your independence, and actually the other people on your team will start respecting you, and that's very important. Well, I wrote down some other stuff, like, but that's more specific to Jobbox, to our values, but I think it kind of relates to many other companies and startups.
Please do share. Please do share, Pedro. We're all here ears for you.
So I only hire people who are not afraid. On the contrary, like continuous feedback, and not only feedback, constructive feedback, giving and receiving. So we do have every couple of months the founders get together with each team member, and we actually give them constructive feedback, and we received as well. The main point, the main goal is to help everyone grow, essentially, and the startup, of course. And related to this is something I love as well, which is transparency. And like, from the goals, from finances, targets, everything should be transparent as much as you can. I think the guys over at Buffer are doing a great job when it comes to
Absolutely.
transparency, and yeah, definitely. And I'm trying to follow them. It's not easy, but trying to be as much transparent as I can. Um,
It depends on the openness of the ecosystem you're in, of course. And the Portuguese ecosystem, I'm not sure if it's still ready for such a transparent level, but I think we're getting there.
yeah, at least you are trying at Jobbox. So, well, I have this. It's not really about hiring and what do tech startups look for in candidates, but it's related. After you get hired in a startup, there's this really cool phrase from Peter Thiel, which says you're either on the bus, or off the bus. Usually, I switch the word bus for boat, because if you're off the boat, you die. Basically, you drown. So, but that's a really good phrase, because if you don't have these traits I just mentioned, commitment, everything, like the passion, pragmatism, you will be off the bus or off the boat. Um, and believe me, I can definitely see, if not in the interview, within the first couple of months, I can see if a candidate or a new employee is on the bus material. So if he or she is on the bus material, because when the bad times comes, and there will be bad times. You can ask any founder, ask any founder you want, and there will be the times that can destroy a team or a startup. And especially I look for people that are not the first ones trying or quitting, are not the first quitting, and that's really important for me. So
Cool. Awesome answers, man. Thank you very much for those. I have one great question that one
okay.
student put it, and as a response to our sponsorship, our partnership agreement, and he said he's a student from the United States, from Washington, and he asked specifically to you is so. Imagine that he has a great GitHub portfolio. He has about 7 or 8 apps, and he has hundreds of integrations, nice and tested and ready to go using the Ruby on Rails framework, of course. But he only has about 6 months experience. Would he be a good candidate for you in the sense that he has a very he proved himself that he can build a nice GitHub portfolio, but he doesn't yet have the experience necessary?
Okay, I've seen experienced people without GitHub portfolio, so that's definitely a plus. Okay, so that's a way to go. Way to go. Doesn't have to be GitHub. It can be Bitbucket,
Yeah,
whatever.
when I
So
mean Git,
yeah.
yeah,
So essentially, I think someone with 6 months experience is ready for a junior's position, especially if they went through Stuk. If they went from Stuk to 6 months, I think they're ready for a junior position, and they go from there. So you have to start from below and then earn your way to the top, basically. You cannot expect to be a CTO unless you start something on your own, and then you are the CTO.
of
And
course.
especially me, I only hire people that are better than myself. You know, like I want to build this great expertise around me. So if you are if that guy, I think I saw his email, but whatever. If that guy from Washington, he wants to start something on his own, then he should understand that you will probably hire people that have a lot more experience than he does. If he doesn't want to do that, then there's a lot of startups, especially what I call the carrot startups, where he could get well, he gets equity basically. He doesn't get much salary. That's not the point. He's actually, well, at least when you are starting. So you can get a lot of experience in these very early stage startups and go from there. Or you can join a startup that's willing to do like an internship or something like that, and then you'll go from junior and walk your way to the top. But that's basically I just told you like 3 exits. So
Yeah,
for a developer today, probably is not the options, in my opinion. The problem is the right option. What's the right option? And that depends from case to case. Yeah. But we are here to help you guys figure it out. So
of
don't be
course.
afraid. We are here to help you figure it out.
We have a few minutes left interviewing Pedro, and I also would like to ask this question, which is a very, very interesting one. This was from a student from India, and this is regarding the anatomy of a CV. So when you are constructing a techie CV instead of a human resources CV or a business CV, what do you look for? What are the main KPIs in terms uh, of what makes you a good developer just from your CV? What makes you go and click that link to see his GitHub or actually call him on Skype to know him better?
Okay, okay. Good one. I read somewhere that it takes a recruiter like 6 seconds to make a decision. The other day I took 1 second to make a
Really?
decision when I look at CV. Essentially, I look at this guy works at this company, so he went through the hiring process of this company. I know that hiring process, so it definitely should be at least in 90% chances the guy is good. Okay. Actually, it was a girl, and so that's it. But to answer your question, first of all, I don't really like CVs. My product team is actually putting attach your CV feature, which I don't really like, but it's something that the market is not ready yet. But actually,
Yeah.
what is a CV? You know, the CV is basically your life path, your history. It tells me, the recruiter, who you are. Okay, so there are many different ways to do that. You can do that by showing me your portfolio. That basically tells me what's this guy or girl capable of doing. You know, so that's a great start. So I want to see some links immediately. When I went to go to a CV, I want to see some links, and I want to see an application letter. So I when I see an application, if that application is not tailored for the job, and going back to the traits I just mentioned, it doesn't show commitment and it doesn't show passion. So if you give me an application that's like, I see, okay, this guy or girl sent this application to 20
Oh, we got you
companies.
back. Nice. We lost you for a second there.
Okay. What did you less I'm gonna repeat the last 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Thank you very
So
much. Thank you.
basically, when I look at a application or a CV, well, because for me a CV always goes together in the application. I never look at the CV out of context, but within the context of an application, I want to see an application text. I want to see why are you applying for this
Of
specific
course.
job offer.
Why are you interested in that company?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you passionate about it? What's your commitment? Actually, I've rejected many people just because of that. They don't show commitment. They didn't even take like 5 minutes to know what the startup did, and for me, that's a no
They
go.
write a general letter just saying, "Dear person that's
It's a
reading
no
the
go.
email." Yeah, of
I don't
course.
have time. I mean, it's not that we in the tech industry there's a lack of tech talent, and I think companies like and startups like Stuk.io are doing a great job bringing in more people to this world. But still, I'm only hiring people who are passionate and show commitment, especially in startups. If you go to a big corporate, you might be lucky because they have a function and you are a resource. A resource goes with the function. But in a startup, you are not there's not a function. There's a lot of them, and you are not a resource. You are a team member. So it doesn't really make sense. Regarding the CV or the whatever profile, online profile, I want to see genuinity. So whether it's LinkedIn or your Google Plus profile or GitHub or Behance for designers. I see some developers as well with Behance or Dribble. Those more like into front end or stuff like that.
Of course,
So
designers and whatnot.
yeah, so independently of your profile, I want to see genuinity. I want to see that you actually take care, you care about your image, like, and that's important for me. Doesn't mean you have to write long tests. No, I hate that. So just I need to see this and say, okay, I would like to meet this guy. Think about this when you write your profile. Think about the other person. What does that person want to see? You are marketing your profile to other people. What's your target? Are you looking for a new job? So probably you're talking with recruiters. So you're gonna tailor your profiles, online profiles, for those people. Are you just trying to engage with the tech community or whatever? Tailor your profiles for that. Are you just having a profile? So probably you don't want to waste any time doing that. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for to work in a startup? So might as well tailor your online presence for that. So basically, this is it.
Thank you very much, Pedro. That was amazing. I think our students are gonna love this. Pedro, poor guy, has his voice worn out already just by talking to us.
Yeah,
But you can keep around if you want. I'm gonna talk to
Sure.
Eduardo now. Can I see if Eduardo is listening?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Eduardo. How are you?
Fine, fine. Thank you.
I'm I'm going to give a small intro to Eduardo and the company that he works in. It's called Uniplaces, and it's the largest student accommodation website in the world. I've been following Uniplaces for quite some time now, and I think the whole of Portugal knows what Uniplaces is, and now it's coming to London by storm. Isn't that right, Eduardo?
Yeah, right. Right, we are focused on Europe, so expanding for a lot of countries and cities as well. We are present right now in 20 cities, and it's going well.
Nice, nice, awesome. That's good to hear. And you are the CTO, am I right?
Yeah, correct. So I handle the hiring. We grow from a team of 4 engineers to 11. So, and we are also continue to hiring. And I can share the main things that I look in the profile when I see a CV and that later when I meet the person.
That would be great. That would be great. That's why we're here. Exactly. So, before you actually answered that, I'm going to ask you, what kind of stack do you use in Uniplaces?
Okay, so like a startup, we use a lot Amazon Cloud. Then we use so we are web development for now. So we use PHP and Symfony 2 is a framework. We use NoSQL as database, DynamoDB. We use it Mongo as well on the past, and so it's a stack, a common web development stack. But instead of MySQL, we use NoSQL, so it's kind of interesting.
That's great. That's a great move, in fact, yes.
Yeah. So and then we use on the system administration part, more DevOps. We use Python. Uh, is more or less that. And we are looking in other language for the future when we are going
Hello?
mobile. We will need to adopt new language.
Perfect. Eduardo, can you then, thank you very much for your answer. Can you now please state the question and answer the question, what do you look in the ideal tech candidate and what is in fact your process when you're hiring someone new?
Okay. So it depends a lot in the role, if he's junior or not. If he's senior, I use LinkedIn a lot. If he's junior, usually is through referrals of junior people that I hire or through someone that sends CV. And what I look is, so in the interview, I also look for passion, like Pedro. So totally there with him. I look for eager to learn and learn fast. And here, usually, if he's a junior, I like to see side projects during college. So GitHub, I don't really care. Just any side project is really great.
And what do those side projects show and qualitative terms?
First show some. First show that the guy didn't just do a college 5 years, and just okay. I passed all the classes and I'm okay. It shows that he wanted to learn more and learn new technology and so on. Then it's also very good to check code and see if this code is good or not, and at least see if he cares about good code. So side projects are very good for that. So if you have side projects, always bring it to prepared to show it in the interview.
So you actually want a demo during the interview?
Usually I just it's not a demo, just check a bit and then send me some code later. It's really interesting. Usually I just want the introduction to the side projects. Then what I see, the extra mile is also important. So commitment, like Pedro say, I would say that it's very important. The guy understand that he is coming to a startup, to a team of 5 or a team of 6, so usually a small team, and that is not just one more. He has big impact. So when he delays, it impacts the whole company. If we were going to a big company, it's a bit different. Another thing that I look is the person is really a software engineer, not just a programmer. What is the difference? A programmer is like, oh, I really love this language, and I just code on this. So I'm expecting a bit more. I'm expecting I like technology, and I will learn what is needed to get the job done. And I'm not just a programmer of this language. I'm a software engineer. Another is that I'm with Pedro in the fun part. What I ask is I would go dinner with this person and not talk just about work, talk about other stuff. Would I go dinner with that person is also, if is a clear yes, then cultural fit is good. Um, I think that is important because the teams are small, 5, 6, 10, and it's really important that everyone bonds.
It needs to
Get,
become a family since the beginning. Am I right?
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say a family, but a team, a really team, a team that are proud of working together. And then when one colleague is stuck, okay, Google is the first, and your colleague is the second. So, and this bond is not just during the hours on work; it needs to go after work. So, what I usually say is, if you don't feel that you need to go grab a beer or go dinner with your colleagues, uh, maybe you are not very social, and that it's okay, or maybe you are not working hard enough and you bond too much during work hours. So what I think is that you need to feel that you want to dinner with your team from time to time. Dinner, go out, it really depends. Can be go cards or anything that you like. Even go see a game, a football game. It really depends. So
And
I
sorry,
think
yes?
I think these five: passion, eager to learn, extra mile, side projects, and I would like to go dinner with that person is my top five.
That's great answer. Thank you very much for that, Eduardo. One last final question is, in terms of I had a recent question this week from a female developer. She was quite experienced already, but on a very legacy framework around PHP, and she asks, in the European tech scene, how are female developers in terms of hireability compared to male developers? Because she is from India, and there's quite a bit still of unfairness in that sense.
Uh, I think in Europe, she's from India, right?
Yep.
Okay. I had worked on India. It's quite different on Europe. So on Europe, there are still few girls in startups, in my opinion. But it's not the same as India, and I don't. About fairness, I think actually I think startups want to hire girls because they want to have girls and guys. They have different perspectives, and I think any startup in Europe wants to hire more girls.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's a problem at all.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, sorry.
So, did I answer the question? Or?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and she's probably very thankful for your honest answer. And thank you very much, Eduardo, for all of this and for your very, very valuable time. And I hope to talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. And now it's time for Cristina. Hi, Cristina, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and thanks a lot for inviting me.
I know, you're welcome. Thank you very much for being on the show. Christina, I'm going to give you a small intro to Christina. She has an amazing company, TalkDesk, which helps you create a call center in under 5 minutes. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
That's great. Actually, I want a demo of that because we received around 50 tickets a day, and that could be very, very helpful for us. So,
if you want to speak with your customers over the phone, it's amazing.
No, we do have some. Actually, we have about 30 Skype calls a week, and we should automate that process a little bit better. So far it's just Excel and Skype. Can you help us with that?
Sure, we can. We are helping customers like Dropbox, Fitbit, Uber in some regions, so we can definitely help you and help a lot of other customers providing better interactions with their customers via phone.
Thank you very much. Our 2,000 students will definitely thank you later. So, Christina, you've been in this game a while. So, answering to this question, what do you look in the ideal candidates when you're hiring?
When we are hiring, I don't think we look for expertise in a particular language or something like that. We try to get people that want to learn and want to solve problems, because in the end, engineering is about like getting a problem and finding a solution, even if you didn't work on the solution before. And one thing that I see is that we in startups are we are trying to solve new problems. So usually, like the solutions that have been discovered in the past don't work for our particular problem. So we need candidates that really like to turn like challenges and accept challenges and find solutions for the challenges, using like the best language for each scenario, using the new tools available, and that's basically it. If you ask me what's the thing, people that are really interested in technology and like to learn more, and to use that knowledge to find the best solutions for the problems we are facing.
Great, that's a great answer actually. What do you use as a stack in TalkTest? So is it PHP, Ruby on Rails? What do you use?
We use Ruby on Rails for the dashboard, as we call it. So for the dashboard, but then our backend is mainly Ruby. We also have a component related with monitoring, for which we use Clojure. We are Elixir friends, and we've been trying to introduce Elixir in some new projects. We use Backbone for the front end, but we want to try different front end approaches. But yeah, so basically Ruby is the backbone of everything. Although we are always trying to come up with better solutions for our issues. And we use NoSQL we use MongoDB for databases. Eduardo mentioned they also use AWS for all the infrastructure. We are same thing, basically.
Perfect. That's a very large stack, I guess. That's a very large stack. So how
it's
many?
A complex complex project and product in terms of technology.
How many developers help maintain and develop new features for that technology?
For now, I believe we are 13 or 14 developers.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, but we are hiring, so and we are looking for strong tech candidates. Language is not a problem. Experience is more than welcome, because that's important as well. We need to balance like experience with potential. So yeah, we still have a lot of tech challenges to solve.
Tell us about the environment you create at TalkTest with your employees. As Eduardo and Pedro mentioned several times, that the relationship between each developer is very, very important to the actual success of the product. Tell us about how you handle not the actual recruitment part, but actually after they're onboarded and they're happy right there. What do you do? What do you do? Have events every week, every month, and what kind of stuff do you do around the company? Besides work, of course.
We do like more informal meetings, dinners, nothing very structured. I would say we are still trying to learn how to deal with that, because we've more than, 1 year ago we were 7 people in the entire company, and we are now
really fast,
around
yeah.
50. Yeah, so we are trying to balance everything. We are trying to create more events and more informal circumstances to be able to have the team working all together and also relaxing a bit. We've organized meetups all together. We went to tech conferences, the RubyConf Portugal conference. It was the first time the conference happened in Portugal. We were one of the sponsors. The entire team went to the conference. It was really nice because we were able to participate in a community event and at the same time engage with each other. So it's not like we don't have structured events as part of the company, but we try to develop and work on different initiatives from time to time to keep the team
That sounds like
engaged.
great fun, actually. That sounds like great fun. Awesome, especially the events parts. I haven't thought about. The Ruby conference is such a great conference, and it's a great place to employees to be catalyst into that. Great, Katrina. Thank you for that. Christina, thank you for that. So another question is, and I I got this from another student 2 weeks ago, and he asked. So imagine he has a job interview with Talkdesk, and he's preparing some kind of, so he's preparing he's organizing his GitHub portfolio. What do you look into that? What kind of demo apps would you like to see in his portfolio?
I wouldn't say the kind of apps is the most important thing, but yes, we do like to search for GitHub code when candidates send us like their information. Basically, we like to see a set of best practices implemented, because being like a big company and growing like we are growing at the moment, we need people that are able to work as a team, develop code for another team member to maintain, or and structuring things the best way is a key component for us. So good software development practices, some tests, because we use TDD as a development practice.
I actually saw your tests, yes.
and yeah, so our open repository that's hosted in our GitHub account, the repository name is Challenge. Actually, it's a set of challenges we like to propose to our candidates to solve, for them to see the kind of issues we deal with, and for them to see the kind of problems we have to solve, and our development practices. There's some interesting talks, books, events mentioned in our development practices guideline. That's part of our repository challenge, and that's basically it.
And who maintains this documentation in your company?
Well, just to tell you the story, it first was an internal project. We decided, because we've been in business for 4 years now, and we did some mistakes related with hiring. So at some point, we decided we needed to have kind of a challenge for not to evaluate, but to see like if the people would adapt to our culture, technology, and to the kinds of challenges we are solving. So we started as an internal project. We would open, or we would give the GitHub repository to the candidates, and at some point someone joined Talkdesk and said, "Are you guys stupid? This should be public information. How come this is not public? This is really valuable, and if I've seen this before, I would have joined earlier, because it's really amazing what you guys are building and the way you are building it. Paying attention to the details, paying attention to all the good practices, paying attention to TDD development practices." So yeah, and then we decided to open the repository. At the moment, it's kind of a team project, so everyone writes challenges, maintains the repository, finds mistakes, opens pull requests to suggest changes. So yes, that's how it works.
So this information is actually live right now and open to anyone?
Yes, it is live, open to anyone. The repository, you can find the repository in our Talkdesk GitHub account, and the name of the repository is Challenge.
Do you mind if I share this to our students with our blog?
Of course. Feel free. It's a pleasure, actually.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being with us, Cristina. That was a lovely time, and I thank you for your time again. Have a nice day, I guess.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. I'll send an email thanking all of you right next, and all the recap of the video, of course. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, thank you everyone that joined our live episode. This is a recorded version. I'm gonna transform this into a podcast this week, and also transcribe this into a blog post, and where I'm gonna include all the fun resources we just learned from Uniplaces or Talkdesk, as Cristina mentioned, and also Pedro, which is our most recent Empower partnership. So this link will be available on YouTube, and I'm gonna send you an email to all of you this week. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great weekend.